Deus Vult, my fellow gamers. Here we're going to do a little tutorial about making your bases more than just bases, something a bit more artistic here. So we're going to look at, we've got this fantastic base from Fifth Angel Studios, and it has the markings here already molded into the base, so you don't have to worry about trying to figure out your arcs with a tape measure or the goofy clear acrylic piece that was offered. These bases are really designed for the newer plastics because they got that fatty tab in there, and they slot pretty robustly in there and fill up all the gaps and seams. My arms done come off, so it goes in there a bit more. But this little line here by this tab creates issues if you want something a bit smoother that doesn't have the glue seepage in there. There's different ways you can deal with that, and I'll do more later on, but this is for more of a scenic base. So what I've been using, since I have a great deal of metal models, I've got some of these metal House 4 models from Fifth Angel Studios Mercs War Game, mercsminiatures.com. Go get some. So they had the metal tabs on them. I've just cut those off. I'm going to file down the feet to where they have a flush fit. And what I do, I buy these bulk, just they're the old D&G 2012 mark, China specials. So they're just the basic lipped ones. Basically came out around the same time as old Warmahordes, and then the first iteration of Mercs used these. Well, what I do is I make myself a plastic art template. It's a bit thick. See how thick that bad boy is? And you can actually use these as well. But what I do is I translate that onto a bit thinner sheet. I don't know if you can tell, but this is much thinner. So then I cut myself a bunch out with just simple scissors. Okay. Now this one was shaped and all that good stuff to fit right inside of it. Okay. So you have a nice flush fit. And then on top of this surface, you could put all kinds of things. You can layer. Here I've just started doing these for my House 4 operatives. So there's some diamond steel checkered pattern. And I'm going to pimp Evergreen. Evergreen is awesome. They make great products. So here, I have two different sizes of tube, the 3/32 and 5/32 tube. And they are fantastic for old nasty pipes. The larger ones here, these 5/32 tubes, I almost always put up vertically. As if they're venting some kind of nauseous odors. And then these smaller ones I put in little stacks or lean them up against things. I'll show you some finished models here. Those are some of the Evergreen tubes there that I put on. This is a EU leader for Mercs, so I put that on her base. And in here you can also see that I use that diamond steel pattern on the base as well, and it's on both sides. And then what you do, just scatter on some ballast. And here my ballast is a mixture. I mixed coarse and fine together to give you a little bit more of a difference, a gradient in your bases. It doesn't all look the same, like somebody just took kitty litter and sprinkled it all over. You want to mix things up and sometimes get larger rocks if you want to, or other things like these things that I'm showing you. Evergreen also makes some really fantastic small I-beams, and I'll show you guys about rust and stuff in later videos. But there's some of the smaller tubes. There's an I-beam, and it's all layered. We've got the steel, we've got the ballast, we have some tufts. The tufts here are, I don't have them in front of me, but I think it's Miniature Market or Secret Weapon, I believe. Secret Weapon makes those. And here, I hand cut out these bricks. I don't really like the bricks that you get from packages. They're not to the right scale and whatnot. So I hand cut these and shaped them myself. It looks like with these models, I didn't go with the smooth plastic card like I did here to give it some variation. I just went with the straight diamond cut sheet, also available from Evergreen. Come on, guys, the company is fantastic. So yeah, really nice dynamic bases that you can make. Shows like war-torn urban areas, and all you have to do, well, even with your plastic models, just cut that tab off, make sure that the feet are flush, and then you can go from there, and you can fit your model however you want, and then put anything you want around there. Puddles of water, anything to make it dynamic, even puddles of goo. But for the bricks, just so you know, this is Plastruck. They were also part of, they're in the same area as Evergreen. So, but it's 2.5 millimeter by 6.4 millimeter. And they're just like that, extruded polystyrene. Very nice stuff. And for the I-beams, just so you guys have, because they make several different sizes, so you guys know the size of the I-beam I'm using is 3/16, 4.8 millimeter I-beam. And I'm on my last strip here, which makes me sad, but this is the type that I use, and it is very much to scale with the models. You could go bigger, but they won't really do that nicely on the base itself. So that's what I do. I hope you guys enjoy. One more thing. With the I-beam, it's going to come out very straight, very nice, okay? You want this thing to look like it's been ripped off of a building. So what you're going to do is you're going to give yourself some needle nose pliers with some aggressive looking teeth on it. Man, my focus is all jacked up. But you're going to cut yourself off a chunk. And then at the ends here, you're going to grab it and bend it out. Bend it out with those, and that makes it look damaged. Sorry about the focus in out. But yeah, you're gonna bend that mother out, and see? It's damaged, and at the end, you can also just press the teeth in a little bit, maybe twist a little bit. And that, I have so many things in the background there. All my Deus Volt models. But it's all jacked, and you really only have to do one side unless you're going to lean it on its side, because if it sits down flat, nobody's going to really care about the bottom. You can't see it anyway. So, but there you go. Just use polystyrene for your bases. It really makes a great difference to your bases, and it gives them a little bit of pop. You know, it's really nice to see all those different layers. It's pleasing to the eye, and it's actually very easy to do. Also, these little divots here, all that is you just take a round file, you file a little bit on the tube, and then take an X-Acto knife and clean off the dust, or just use some of this awesome thin cement, and it will melt the dust onto the plastic itself. It's very easy. And I also use this Tamiya thin cement on everything for the base. It all just fuses together, locks in, and you're not going to pull these things off. You'll break them, but you won't pull them to pieces. So very sturdy bases as well. Well, you guys have a wonderful day. Gary Elizan.